Let me just start with Kathleen. What is the first aspect of yourself that needs to be developed to move towards your potential if you're in this area of life?
I wish I had a one size fits all answer to that. I think it always depends on the person. I think what I would want to do is I would want some people who know you well to hold up a mirror. And there's an exercise that I should have written about in the book, but didn't, that I've loved doing with students, with leaders, with all kinds of people. It's called the Reflected Best Self exercise. And Laura Morgan Roberts and her colleagues created it. The idea is that part of your hidden potential is strengths that you don't recognize in yourself, but other people can see in you. It's kind of like the reverse of blind spots. You also have bright spots, capacities for growth that are invisible to you.
Oh, I love
so
that.
You need other people's help to see them. And the Reflected Best Self exercise unfolds by you identifying some family, friends, and colleagues that you want to reach out to. And you ask them all to tell a story about a time when you were at your best. And then they're asked, it's usually just a paragraph or two. They email it to you. It's the most exciting set of emails you will ever get because people will be telling you great things about you. But then you have some work to do. You have to identify the patterns across the stories, the common themes for what your strengths are, and when they showed up, and what kinds of situations you showed that potential in. And what you end up with is a portrait of who you are when you're at your best. And then you can use that to navigate, well, how do I want to show up this way more often? And how do I put myself in circumstances where those strengths are relevant? And I think it's an extremely powerful exercise. Highly recommend, 5 stars.
Wow, that is fantastic. That is so, but do you have to be willing to is there any negativity that comes in those, or you're just asking just for the best version of yourself?
Yeah, you're just asking for a story about a time when you were at your best. And
Wow.
I will tell you that when I did the exercise, I felt like I was missing the other side of that. So I also asked people, tell me about a story when I was at my worst, and no one wanted to do it. And I had to shift the question and ask, tell me about a time when I could have shown up better. And then I got some useful input, but that's optional. It's not part of the exercise. It's just my add-on as somebody who's obsessive about overcoming my weaknesses.